Ever seen a tiny gremlin with whiskers latching onto a chunk of steak like it's a pacifier? That's meat nursing. And while it looks wild, it can be a lifesaver in the awkward in-between stages when kittens are ditching the bottle but aren't quite ready for full-on kibble life. Today we're turning that chaotic chomp fest into a smooth, safe transition so your little land piranhas build confidence, get proper nutrition, and stop treating your fingers like appetizers. Here's the deal. Around 4 to 6 weeks old, Kittens starts telling you the bottle is not the vibe anymore. They chew the nipples. They swat at the syringe. They act like they're at a BBQ instead of a nursery. That's your cue to channel the chew. Meat nursing uses soft, warm, finely textured proteins to satisfy that urge to bite while easing them from formula to real food. Thinking baby steps, not shock therapy. Starting with texture, not toughness. Warm up a spoonful of smooths. Plain meat Pâté, no salt, no seasonings, no onions or garlic, and loosen it with a kiss of warm water or unsalted bone broth until it's silky. We're aiming for the melty milkshake vibes, not meat cement. Dabbing a fingertip. Let the kitten mouth your finger like a bottle, and gently guide that tongue to the Pâté. The finger becomes the bridge. Familiar suckle. New flavor. When the light bulb goes off, switch the finger for a spoon, then a shallow dish. Keep it flat and easy to access. Kittens are short kings and queens. They shouldn't have to climb a mountain to eat. Once they are into the sauce, level up to soft form. Tiny ribbons of plain cooked chicken thighs or turkey, or a super soft raw ground if you're already following safe raw protocols in your home. The key is paper thin, slippery strands, nothing stringy or chunky that could frustrate or fatigue a baby jaw. Warming the food to body temps so the aroma pops. Cold meat is a hard sell to a creature who still thinks you're a walking heating pad. Place those teeny shreds on top of the Pâté like sprinkles. They chew. They win. They keep going. If your kitten is a chaotic chewer who wants to gum everything like a teething ring, redirect the chaos. Offer a licking mat smeared with that warm Pâté mixture so they can use their tongue and front teeth without grabbing and choking. Try a silicone spoon they can bite safely. Then land back on the food. Chew the tools, then chew the meat. That's the rhythm. If you're dealing with a dramatic diva who screams at change, smear a whisper of Pâté on the bottle nipple or syringe tip so the new taste rides in on the old routine. Then taper the bottle as intake from the dish climbs. Hydration is not optional. Weaning kittens still need a high moisture diet. So keep that Pâté loosened and add little sips of warm water during and after meals. Don't skip litter box checks. What goes in should come out like soft, formed puddings. If stools get too loose, you leveled up to fast. Roll back to smoother textures and add small, more frequent servings. If stools get dry like little pebbles, boost moisture and talk to a vet if it doesn't resolve quickly. We are training eaters, not courting tummy drama. Portioning is simple. Several small meals spread through the day beats one giant meat mountain. Kittens are tiny furnaces. They burn hot and fast. Feed enough that they finish within 10 to 15 minutes and still look energetic. Not stuffed like Thanksgiving. Keep an eye on weight with a kitchen scale. Steady gains are your green light. If weight stalls, increase frequency before you increase chunkiness. Chewing is practice. Calories are survival. Safety talk, because you're the adult in the room. No bones, no cooked skin, no spices, no deli meats, no onions or garlic ever. If you use baby food meat, read labels like a hawk. Just turkey means just turkey. Sanitized surfaces. Wash hands, and don't let meat sit out like a buffet. New proteins can roll in as confidence grows. Chicken, turkey, rabbit. High quality wet kitten food, but add one thing at a time so you can pinpoint any reaction. As they get the hang of it, upgrade the workout. Moving from silky Pâté to thicker Pâté. From ribbons to pea-sized nibbles. From nibbles to small chunks. Offer a shallow plate instead of a hand. Raise the dishes on a thin book if they keep stepping in it like it's a mud puddle. Introduce a second dish with plain water nearby so they can sip between bites. When their jaw strength and coordination catch up, you'll see them park themselves at the plate like little pros. Troubleshooting if a kitten only wants to nurse the meat without swallowing much. Folds micro shreds into the PT so every lick pays. If they chomp and fling like confetti, switch to stickier textures and smaller amounts so more lands in mouths than on walls. If one bully hogs the plate, give each kitten their own saucer. Assigned seating solves 80% of dining drama. If someone refuses the party entirely, check temperature first. Warm wins. Then try a strongman smelling option like warmed salmon PD for a single transition meal before returning to your regular protein. Remember the end game. Confident, hydrated, steadily gaining kittens who chew because they can, not because they are desperate for a bottle. Meat nursing is the bridge, not the destination. Once they're cruising through soft chunks and licking dishes clean, you can start sneaking in a few tiny crunchy bits of kitten kibbles softened with warm water. Or stick with high moisture wet food if that's your lane. Either way, the job is to make every step doable and every win obvious. So when those tiny teeth show up and your bottled baby decides to audition for a steakhouse, don't panic, warm it up, smooth it out, shred it small, and let instincts do the heavy lifting. Guided right, meat nursing turns messy mealtime into a masterclass in growing up one perfect little chomp at a time.